Hello my friends, and today in this video, I'll be comparing the best end of day futures prop firm accounts. The accounts I'll be comparing are Bulenox, Trade, MyFundedFutures, TradeDay, and TickTick Trader. You might ask, what about the rest? Well, I do exclude some, and here's why I exclude them. So for top step, first off, while its evaluation stage is an end of day account, and the live sim stage is also an end of day drawdown account, I don't understand why they say their live funded stage has an intraday trailing drawdown account. Because of this, I excluded Top Step from the evaluation. Next is Elite Trader Funding. Most of the time, I find that Elite Trader Funding is comparable to Bulenox, mainly because Elite Trader Funding came roughly after Bulenox was formed, and the accounts that they had at the time are roughly similar as well. There's also another reason why I didn't include it in my current comparison. I have heard some payout denial rumors regarding Elite Trader Funding, but since it's comparable to Bulenox Option 2, I might as well use the Bulenox Option 2 for comparison. Next is UProfit, one of the older OGs of the futures prop firm industry. I find their offering is comparable to TradeDay. And since I have TradeDay here, I didn't include UProfit. And last of all is Take Profit Trader. So why not Take Profit Trader? Well, its evaluation account might be an end of day account, but once you're in the live sim stage, it's an intraday trailing drawdown account, which I don't consider it to be a pure end of day drawdown futures prop firm. So why would one want to go with an end of day drawdown account compared to an intraday trailing drawdown account? First off, I think it's more suitable for person who like to let their profits run. The characteristics of the end of day drawdown account is that the drawdown is only calculated at the end of the day instead of having it trailing intraday. Those who like to scalp and just take the basic hit might be better off using the intraday trailing drawdown futures account because they tend to be cheaper. So end of day drawdown accounts are, in my view, easier to pass but more expensive, and less prop firms are offering them. They also have more restriction in the form of daily loss limit and scaling restriction. Now, let's look at the Bulenox prop firm account first. This is the raw datasheet for Bulenox. They offer accounts from 10K all the way to 250K. Their contracts are quite standard, with it being on the higher end, as in the number of contracts that you can trade at a time. They also have a standard profit target, and they also have a daily loss limit and also drawdown account. So the daily loss limit are quite standard, and the profit target is also industry standard as well. I find that the Bulenox drawdown is more generous compared to the newer prop firms. I also found that for the larger signs in Bulenox, like the 100K and above, is actually less worth it due to the costs per month and the activation fee involved. So I tend to stick with the 50K account and below for Bulenox. Next, we have Earn to Trade. Earn to Trade offer two types of account. The first is the Earn to Trade Mini Gauntlet, which is your standard evaluation account. And the next is the Trader Carrier Plan. So I'll start with the Mini Gauntlet first. They have the 50K, 100K, 150K, and 200K options. It has a similar profit target and daily loss limit, but a less generous drawdown for the 50K option, but a better one for the 100K option. So a 100K option for the Earn to Trade might be a better view. Earn to Trade also offers a Trader Carrier Plan, which is unique because it is a scalable account. Each time you reach a certain profit target and withdraw the money, they will increase the size of your account. For example, if you start with a 50K account, they will raise you to 100K, 200K, and so forth. I think you can reach up to 400k in funding with this path, making it unique to earn to trade and a good choice if you are planning to just use one prop firm account. Next is TradeDay. TradeDay was one of my recommended prop firms for beginners because it is more of a proper prop firm account. They quickly move you to a live funded account and their contracts are usually scaling. For each $1,000 you are in profit, you can trade with an additional mini or 10 micros contract. Their profit target to drawdown ratio is the most generous in the industry. So like for the 25k account, your profit target is 1,500 while your drawdown is 1,500. But the cost is not the cheapest. TradeDay doesn't offer many promotions, as in special promotions for their accounts. Next, we have TickTick Trader. TickTick Trader offers two types of accounts as well. The first is the standard evaluation account. It only has three options: the 25k, 50k, and the 100k. And there's also the 100k Express account. These also have daily loss limit and drawdown. The size of the drawdown is actually quite good on the better end, as well as the number of contracts you can trade. However, TickTick Trader account is also on the costlier side. They also have a TickTick Direct, which is the actual funded account. With this, you can simply pay and have a funded account straight away. Because of this, the price is quite high. And even for the 50k account, it is already $699. TickTick does not offer promotion for this account most of the time. The last one is the MyFundedFutures account. MyFundedFutures offer the starter and the expert account, both ranging from 50k to 150k. The difference between them is that the starter is more like your standard evaluation account, whereas the expert has a higher profit target, but they will get rid of some of the rules and there is no activation fee for the expert account compared to the MyFundedFutures starter, which has $149 activation fee. For Bulenox option 2, you can have up to 11 SIM funded accounts. How it works is that you can have up to 3 funded accounts at a time. At the same time, you can work on the rest of the other accounts for activation. However, you can only activate the additional 3 after you have got the first 3 accounts above your buffer zone. There is no consistency rule in the evaluation stage, but there is a 40% consistency rule in the funded stage. Regarding the payout structure, Bulenox will pay once a week on Wednesday. For the first to the third payment, you can request a payment every 10 trading days, only if the amount you have is above the buffer zone. The payment for the fourth and thereafter is unlimited with no restriction. For Bulenox, you do have a limited amount payout for the first 3 payments. As for the payout split, the first 10k that you have is 100% yours, and you will split 90% thereafter. There aren't any specific rules related to Bulenox. You can have news trading with it, unlimited eval account, and there is a scaling plan for both the eval stage and the funded stage. For earn to trade, you can have 3 live funded and 1 sim funded, which is interesting because usually I see things the opposite way around. There's a 30% consistency rule in the evaluation stage, but none during the funded stage. Earn to trade will pay out once a week on Tuesday, but there is no restriction at all for the payment, as long as the minimum amount you request is $100. For the payout split, it is always 80-20, with 80% to you and 20% to earn to trade. However, there is a specific rule that you cannot use a trade copier in the account to pass the evaluation. You can have news trading and unlimited evaluation account. In terms of scaling plans, there is a scaling plan for the trader carrier path, which is a growable account. but there is no scaling plan for the gauntlet, which is the standard evaluation phase. Next is TradeDay. TradeDay is a rather proper prop firm. They will give you only one account. You can have the sim funded account up to 5k of profit, after which you have to move to a live funded account, or you can move directly to a live account after you pass the evaluation stage. There is a 30% consistency rule during the eval stage, but none during the funded stage. There is no restriction on withdrawals. You can withdraw the money every day. However, when you are on the sim funded stage, you can withdraw only up to 5k of profit. Any profit above 5k is not counted. As for the payout split, the first 10k is 100% yours and 90% thereafter. So there is a slippage rule for TradeDay. What this means is that once you are in the funded stage, and if you are losing, you have some drawdown buffer. However, if you continue to lose and fall back to within $500 of your maximum drawdown, all your position will be liquidated and your account will be limited to 1 mini contract or 10 micros. Your account will remain limited to this scaling rule until you get above the profit buffer again. You cannot trade during news, which is 2 minutes before and after tier 1 red news. Additionally, you can only have one account and you have a scaling plan once you are funded. For TickTick Trader, there are two options, the standard one for evaluation and the TickTick Trader Direct. In the standard evaluation account, you have a maximum of 3 sim funded accounts. This accounts has a 30% consistency rule for both eval and funded stage. The payout structure for TickTick is unique. There is no restriction on withdrawal above the buffer as long as you meet the 30% consistency rule. Each withdrawal will be processed within 5 trading days. In terms of payout structure, you can get 100% of the withdrawal in your first 3 months and 90% thereafter. You can trade on news and there is no scaling plan. As for TickTick Trader Direct, you can only have 3 live funded accounts, one for each stage. This means that you can have at most one 10k account, one 25k account, and one 50k account. There is no consistency rule for this and no restriction on the withdrawals above buffer. In terms of payout structure, it's the same as eval. You get to keep 100% of whatever you withdrew within the first 3 months and 90% thereafter. You can trade on news and there is no scaling plan. Next, we will move on to MyFundedFutures. MyFundedFutures has a starter and expert account. I'll start with the starter account first. In the starter account, you can have 3 sim funded and 1 live funded account. There is no consistency rule during the evaluation stage, but a 40% consistency rule on the funded stage. For the payout, they will pay you every 14 days. For the first 60 days, your withdrawal cannot exceed the max drawdown. For example, for the 50k account, you can withdraw at most 2k only. If you are withdrawing below the buffer zone, which is below your drawdown, you can have up to 1 withdrawal, up to 60% of profit with a minimum of 1k. There is no cap thereafter once you're above the buffer zone. For the first 10k, you can keep 100% and 90% thereafter. You cannot trade on news, which is restricted to 2 minutes before and after tier 1 red news, and you can have a maximum of 10 eval accounts at once. There is a scaling plan for both the evaluation and funded accounts for MyFundedFutures. If you are looking at the MyFundedFutures expert account, you can have also 3 sim funded and 1 live funded account. There is no consistency rule at all. The withdrawal is also the same every 14 days with no cap above buffer. Below the buffer, you can have up to 1 withdrawal only, up to 60% of profit with a minimum of 1k. For the first 10k, you can keep 100% of the profit and 90% thereafter. You cannot trade on news and you can have 10 eval account. There is no scaling plan for the expert plan. So this is the Bulenox promotion and pricing. For promotion, Bulenox usually has a standard account discount of 58%. And this is my discount code if you want to use it. For the 100K and 150K, it's a different discount code. So Bulenox has a activation fee, which is also getting higher as account grew larger, and I usually like to stay within the 50K and below. Bulenox on special occasion, they have 70% or 75% off its option 2 accounts. And for this special discount, you can usually use like I am funded promo code during those period. As for the earn to trade, they usually do not provide promotions. If there is a promotion, it is only a 40% off for the Gauntlet 50K account, which is this one. But for May, this one, they offer 40% off across all its accounts. And the activation fee for earn to trade is $139 for all the accounts. For TradeDay, the standard account is 20% off. It is only during very special promotion period, like every few months, where they give a 40% off and no activation fee for their promotion. Otherwise, you still have to pay the $139 activation fee. But they are also standardized across all the different accounts. For TickTick Trader, they usually only give promotion for the evaluation account, which currently for this month is 50% off. They usually do not offer any discounts on the direct accounts. As for MyFundedFutures, the standard discount is 5% off if you are using my discount code. It is only during special promotion where they offer a higher percentage of discount for, let's say, the expert plan or the starter plan. Currently, there is no regular pattern to what sort of discount they usually offer, as MyFundedFutures is still quite new. So, what is my preference then? For the 50K accounts and below, I usually go with Bulenox, mainly because I value the ability to have multiple accounts at once. Bulenox is the only one offering up to 11 accounts, whereas the rest only offers like 1 or 3 accounts. For a 100K account and above, if I need a TradingView account, or a TradeDay account, I will look for MyFundedFutures. For let's say the 200K and 250K account, although I will not go for such high level prop firm account, I will consider earn to trade or TradeDay as they have lower activation fee relative to the rest. So there you have it. These are the prop firms offering end of day futures account and my preferences for the different types. Most of the time, I usually go with Bulenox when there is a special promotion going on. I hope you like this video, and if you find it helpful, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.